Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the new learning program, which is Enterprise Cloud Expert on Azure. This program is very unique and has a defined purpose. So this is based on my previous experience with the training on for the students and the people who reached out to me on WhatsApp and email. What kind of issues they are facing after the training and what challenges they are facing while giving the interviews or while talking to the customers or giving interviews within the organization for the different projects. So one thing that I noticed is probably if I would say my training experience, I usually train the people from between 30 days to uh, 60 days. And I train on Microsoft Azure infrastructure components, and it goes beyond Azure admin, goes till Azure architect as well. So though the people I get to get trained is like L1 to L300, people who are from the technical background, non-technical background, some of them like college graduates, they want to learn the Azure platform and explore it. Okay, so they were able to get what I'm delivering. They are able to, assume the infrastructure. They are able to do the labs end to end, and in fact, they are like they actually came forward and given the mock interviews as well, and they were very active. So one thing that I've noticed is, though they do a lot of things, if I ask them to set up the, enterprise cloud environment, they'll be able to do from end to end. One thing that they are facing the problem is they are unable to explain what they have done to what they have done during the labs. They fail to explain to interviewers or project managers or customers what they have done it. So because they have done just practicals, right? So they are having some kind of thought like they are not working on real time, so they didn't see the real IT infrastructure, right, on the cloud environment. So that kind of confidence that they are lacking. And another thing that I've noticed is, so they learn Azure admin or Azure infrastructure architecture or technical architect kind of learning from me. But when they go for interview, the in technical panel ask questions on the Azure DevOps. So did you work on Azure Kubernetes services? Did you work on Azure DevOps? What is the build pipeline? What is the release pipeline? What is the GitHub? Did you work on GitHub Actions? But people who got trained on Azure DevOps and they go for Azure admin, they get a question, okay, did you work on the migrations? Did you perform the migration from on-prem to Azure? Okay, if yes, what is the process you followed? And did you work on the cloud operations? What kind of issues you faced it? Okay, what kind of task you get it? So it's like they are finding difficulties with the one or the other, course, right? So keeping all these things in mind, um, I have come up with a new program, which I'm just naming as Enterprise Cloud Expert. Okay, so in this course, you will be learning in simple words, because you know what the certifications and names, and you may not know the roles and responsibilities, and each certification has certain rules defined, in fact, right? So I'm going to put the certification names here for your reference, so you will be able to master an AZ 900 and will be master into the AZ 204 up to a certain level, I would say 50%. Okay, because this needs a core development experience and all. 50% of AZ 204 you'll be covering, and you will also be covering AZ 104 and AZ 400 and AZ 500 and AZ 305. So with these, right, it basically covers the different verticals of the enterprise cloud solutions. It covers the project management skills, or the knowledge which project managers should know about it, like AZ 900, like basics of the cloud solutions, what is the subscription models, and what is the billing models, what are the cloud services models, what is the capex, opex, all those things they will be aware of it. And if you are a Azure administrator, you can, if you want to become an Azure admin, you can go for Azure admin. If you are applying for Azure security engineer, you can also get that experience here. And if you want to apply for a DevOps engineer, you can also get into the DevOps model. And if you want to apply for some PaaS solutions, you can also go for the PaaS services, vertical as well. And if you want to become an Azure architect, even that is also possible here. Okay, so this covers everything that organizations are needed, right? So one course gives you everything, right? So you might be having a question, 104 itself, I'm finding difficulty. How can I learn all these things, right? It's basically a 60 days course is a minimum. Okay, it's a 60 days, Monday to Saturday, you will have a session. Every day you'll have 1 hour to 1.5 hour sessions. Okay, and and how we are going to have is we are going to divide this 60 days of course into different tracks. The primary track I'm going to talk about is the infrastructure on the cloud. Okay, you will be learning how you host the infrastructure on the cloud environment, which basically covers the AZ 900, 104, and little bit of 500 and 305. Okay, so here the first 10 days, for day 1 to day 10. Okay, day 1 to day 10, you will not have any trainer. I would say you will have a mentor. I am going to be your mentor. I am going to treat you as my new joiner in my team. Okay, and you will have access to the all the required tools. So which means as soon as you enroll for the course, you are going to um, get an email with the details of your office login credentials like Outlook and Microsoft Teams, and all the Microsoft product access. At the same time, you will get access to the Salesforce ticketing tool, and you will get access to the Azure subscription, and you will also get access to the SOP documents that a real IT organization contains. At the same time, the day you are going to join a call with me, I'm going to explain you our customers IT architecture on the cloud. So how the architecture is being defined, and based on that architecture, you will be learning about the cloud services for the first 10 days. So you will be introduced to the Azure AD and Azure subscription services, and Azure virtual machines based on the architecture, and virtual networks, and traffic manager, and different infra components for the first 10 days. And after the first 10 days, for the next 10 days, let's say day 10 to the day 20, you will get a ticket on every day-to-day basis. You get a ticket to perform certain task. So you will have a team members, let's say approximately 10 members in a team, and the 10 team members will get different tickets. So on every day-to-day basis, you will join the call with me, and we will discuss like a team. We'll discuss about what kind of issues you get it and how do you resolve it, and you are going to literally perform those troubleshooting steps, and you are going to do a handover to the next team who is going to start working on the remaining task. So likewise, you are going to follow the organization standards and procedures. You will have the change management team where you are going to create a change if there is any downtime required. So everything you will see as a real time in the or next 10 days, day 10 to the day 20. Day 10 to day 20. So that is what it's going to happen for the first 30 days. Yeah, it's my bad. So it's day 11 to day 20. You will have a day-to-day tasks that you'll be getting, and you'll be able to perform. You will learn the procedures and policies that we follow, and troubleshooting that we follow if there is an issue, and how we collaborate, and what kind of issues we get it done, and what kind of best practices we have to follow. In case if there is a design change, you are going to perform those design changes, and you are going to prepare some SOP documents as well. You are going to create some blogs and troubleshooting documentation, so that you are confident that you know what we are doing if you are really working, right? So that kind of real IT infrastructure you are going to get it. You will have a real IT infrastructure set up on the cloud environment, and you will be able to create dashboards and monitoring solutions, everything, right? So, and you will be mentored. I mean, you will have a mentor, and the mentor will actually guide you how to do it, right? And um, and during this daily sync up calls, right, we call team meeting, right? So you will learn all these things at the same time. You will also learn if you are going to talk to your customer, right? So what kind of questions customer is going to ask you, right? And how you have to answer those kind of questions. So those kind of things will be discussed during this, 10 days of time. So once you're learning this, right, the first 20 days are very crucial and very important for you to be master in the enterprise cloud environment. So if you are aware of these things, and you at least 50% you are already achieved, right? So the next 10 days, let's say day 20 to day 30, I would say day 21 to day 30. Okay, so far what we have learned is we have learned about the infrastructure solutions and how you deploy it, and how do you manage it, and how do you improve them, how do you troubleshoot, and how do you monitor, and everything you're going to learn from the day 1 to day 20, right? And from day 21 to day 30 you will be introduced to the Azure PaaS solutions. So PaaS solutions such as Azure storage account, Azure SQL database, web apps, Azure App Services, Azure Logic Apps, Azure Function Apps, right? So there are many PaaS solutions that you can see in Azure environment. You will learn where we are using the solutions, and what is the typical architecture, and how do you implement them, what kind of issues you face it, and how do you troubleshoot, and how do you document the problems, and how do you perform the change management there, right? So you will learn everything for the first 10 days. All right. Then once you're done with this, right, the next one, like say day 31 to, okay, so day 50, I would say. Okay, this is where you are going to learn the Azure DevOps and Azure automation solutions. So you will learn how do you automate the infrastructure using the Azure DevOps tools. First, we will focus on ARM templates and Terraform templates. You will learn how to create a ARM template, and how do you create a Terraform templates for your Azure infrastructure, the different use cases, and how do you automate them to PowerShell. I mean, how do you deploy them through PowerShell and CLI? At the same time, how do you use your Azure DevOps portal to create deployments, and what kind of issues you face it, and how do you troubleshoot, all the best practices you will be learning from day 31 to 50. Along with that, you see a lot of day-to-day challenges, let's say installing certain applications, or troubleshooting few problems, or automating some known issues. So you will learn how do you do them using the PowerShell. So you will be able to write some PowerShell scripts to automate daily activities. So that you will learn from day 31 to day 50. So even during this process, you will be introduced to the Azure Kubernetes services and couple of Azure DevOps services. So from day 50 to day 60, you will have a continuous discussions about the projects that you have managed, and the tasks that you performed, and the best practices and architectural reviews, and resume preparations and interview questions. So this is like a complete 60 days of course, and it might extend for couple of days based on the issues that you're facing, but this is designed for 60 days. And first 30 days, or I would say first 20 days, are very, very important for everybody, right? Here, there is no trainer concept, there is no student concept. You will get a organization email ID and password to log in. On day-to-day basis, you will be logging into the environment, yeah, Azure VBHIT solutions environment, and you will be able to see the real IT infrastructure, and you will have a new customer onboarded. And for that customer, you are going to build the infrastructure from the beginning, from the initial landing zone setup to the complete operations review. And once it is going to operations, how you manage the operations task, what kind of requests you get it, and how do you manage it, and how do you handle them. So these kind of things you will be learning throughout this course. So I'm going to provide you the entire environment for you, and I'm going to support you going beyond and helping you guys. Only thing is that it needs a lot of dedication from your end. This covers many topics, and you will get a real hands-on experience. I would say it's not a hands-on experience. Also, you are a experienced person. You are going to be an experienced person in these areas. Okay, so initially it will be difficult for you all, but you little bit of practice and a little bit of discussions and active involvement in the daily sync up calls will make you an expert for sure. All right. And it's not like limited to 60 days. In case in future, if you need to get access to the cloud subscription and documents that we provide during the sessions, you're always welcome. And you can also be with us for an year or so if you're interested to join. If you are interested to mentor the other people, new joiners or new batches, so you are welcome to do all those things. So at the end of the day, so whatever the efforts you're putting, you need to get hands-on experience, and you should be able to clear the interviews, and you should be able to handle any project that is you're going to get in your organization. Okay. And you might be having a question, how I'm going to provide this environment, right? So Microsoft is offering OHS for all Microsoft certified trainers. Since I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, I get OHS for the subscriptions. Okay, so I will be able to get a new subscription, and using that subscription, I'll be able to provide you the lab access. And since I have been working, so I know the how environment is looking, how customers are onboarded, and how the enterprise architecture looks like, how we prepare the documentation. So I'm going to prepare for you. It needs a lot of manual effort for me, but it's going to be one-time effort, and we can keep on modifying them, as in we see new requirements are coming. Okay, and since the VVHIT solutions already being registered, so the company is trying to be partnered with Microsoft to help any small and medium organizations or companies. So once we get a partnership, I think you will get more and more benefits, so that we can provide more services to you. So that's how I'm going to provide you the full access. And I have been following this to a certain level, giving cloud access to the my students and people who wanted to access, whoever reaching out to me over the WhatsApp and email. I have been providing them access, and it is possible as well. Okay, little bit of effort from my side, but definitely needed. I'm ready to put that. At the same time, I want everybody who is going to join the sessions with me should also be ready to put their efforts. So, and we can, if I don't know the things, we can learn together and try to learn together, and create a documentation. It will helpful to the others as well. Okay, so that's about the this course introduction, I would say. Probably, I'm not good in a presentation, PPTs and all, but I hope this gives you some clarity. So just forget about these certifications and don't aim to complete them now. Just think about getting experience into the cloud environment. And once you're done with this course, I'm going to provide you the certification of completion from VVHIT Solutions, so that you can use it for your reference or of your future purpose. All right. I'm hoping this course is going to, or this program is going to help everybody to gain more confidence, and uh, you know to get a job, or to get into the cloud environment. So whether you are a new to the IT environment, or you are already experienced into the IT environment, Probably you are a fresher, college graduate, you want to learn the enterprise cloud environment. Everyone can learn it as long as you are ready to put efforts, right? So the sessions are goes very little bit slowly, because we have to ensure that everybody understood in the team. Um, so that's why it might go slow, but definitely we aim to complete for 60 days. All right. In case if you all, if anybody want to apply for this course, or if you want to join with me, you can always send an email at support@pwhitsolutions.com, and you have my WhatsApp number. I'm going to share in the description. You can always reach out to me and I'm going to guide you further. Okay, so I plan to start this program from 31st July, and which is going to be starting at 7 p.m. IST. So if the timings are not suitable, you can always reach out to me, and we'll see if we can try to accommodate with the different timings. But most probably that's a perfect timing for everybody to focus. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video. I'm hoping this will be helpful to everybody. And if any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. Whether you are enrolling for the course or not enrolling for the course, you can always reach out to me. And whatever the sessions you are receiving, seeing on the day-to-day basis, right now we completed day 22, so you will continuously seeing them. The only difference what you see from this course, the program, and the YouTube sessions are, you will be able to talk to me directly, and you will be able to implement real IT infrastructure in the cloud. That's the only difference, but otherwise, this the way I explain, the way you learn is entirely the same thing. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.